Alright, that should do it.
10 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to TrueSight TV, where we're going to host the Join Dota game between Boreal Esports and the Thundercats. Sorry for the technical issue there. Realized I had run out of disk space on my secondary hard drive and had to real quick delete some old VODs. But we are good to go now. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Rupture. Rupture, it has been way too long, man.
Has been way too long. Has been way too many Dota. Has been too much. I'm doing the whole war. I'm doing the whole like the worldwide tour on the. What was the name of that book?
As the world turns.
No, around the world.
Around the world in 80 days.
Exactly. Only
Yep.
that in 8 hours actually. It's like it's crazy. I mean, I started on my morning like 4 a.m. just casting like the hitbox tournament, the Oburo tournament. Then 5 straight best of ones, like back to back. Then just like, oh well, by the way, oh yeah, we need to cast the esport qualifier, so let's go to Europe. You know, just casting the Moscow 5 match, and now America, ladies and gentlemen, America, finally on my own time zone. But Jesus, it's been quite a ride.
It's been a long one for you, for sure. Yeah, Boreal definitely looking to make an impact here. It is the lower bracket of the America Finals for Join Dota League Season number 4. It's a best of 3, though. It's none more of this best of 2 shenanigans. They were able to take out TBG, who did take out THD. Leviathan actually fell to the Thundercats, though, who lost to Complexity 2-0. It looks like the winner will go up against Complexity and E-Hug? The winner of that.
Yeah, probably. So that's gonna be quite something.
Oh yeah.
At the same time, yeah, I mean, we're gonna get the runner-up who's gonna be like waiting for them on the final stage of the whole shebang on the America side, the America side of the Join Dota League here. So finally, after dozens and I almost feel like hundreds of matches from the Join Dota League, we're finally getting some closure out of this in each region. Well,
yeah, if you want value out of a ticket, buy the JDL Season 4 ticket. It is so much value. You're going to get so many games out of it. You can't even watch them all. There's no possible way. But the Thundercats actually taken away one of Boreal's tried and true picks, the Troll Warlord, going over to them instead. Boreal leaving it in the pool past the initial phase, and I think they just didn't want to have to waste a ban on it, seeing as they've already had to ban out a lot of these popular core heroes. Boreal, though, are going with, other than the Axe, a very squishy blue lineup.
Yeah. I mean, the Troll Warlord right now, the pick from the Thundercats, is like very prominent all over the place. I mean, again, I saw it on the CA matchups, on the matches from like Kansas Whispers and, you know, Mineski and teams like that. Like every single game, it was quite ridiculous. Either getting banned or picked, but usually it was like on either on those sides. And I mean, on the Moscow 5, I think they also played 1 or 2 Troll Warlord games here and there. So that's also prominent. Everyone is just picking Troll Warlord and Juggernaut for some reason.
And Axe.
Yeah, and Axe.
Jug has actually got,
because it's more of a hit and miss hero so far from what I've seen, especially on the Southeast Asia region. But yeah, they're at least giving it a shot, you know. So mostly, I feel like Troll Warlord, Juggernaut, and I'm missing something.
And Vengeance Lion, Brewmaster as well. Yeah. He's become the new Batrider, the I'm always going to be first pick band, you can't nerf me. Which is hilarious, because about a year ago, he was rarely, if ever, picked up. And it was about a year ago, the end of this month, that there was finally a change that allowed him to be played the way he's played today, because he didn't get experience when he went into ult form unless he himself got the kill. So you were basically punished for using your ult over being rewarded for it.
That explains it.
The only thing that brought that to change was the fact that Phoenix didn't get rewarded for kills in the ult form. And she was a brand new hero, or he, whichever way you look at it.
It.
It, yeah. So they decided they changed the Brewmaster thing too, which was a very big buff to the hero. Because before that, I considered him somewhat unplayable. I wanted to play him, but it wasn't working out. Anyways, Lion, Earthshaker, a strong support duo. Thundercat's also going to have a ton of attack speed on their side from Troll Warlord. However, they don't appear to be picking up a hero to take advantage of that attack speed right away. Weaver is more on just, I want to hit once, hit hard, or rather hit twice, hit hard with Geminate attack.
I mean, technically, since the build of the hero is like that, actually the attack speed buff is going to help him a lot with the DPS.
Mm-hmm.
Because, think about it, it's like the PA factor, right? You hit like a truck on a single strike, right? How do you make that single strike more powerful? Well, you hit more times.
Yeah.
So, on that regard, the Weaver is not going to take advantage of the battle trance right away, but eventually, reaching a certain point when his damage output is quite substantial, it actually is going to increase his damage output like twice at least.
Mm-hmm.
However, on the early stage of the game, yeah, it's not really that efficient, especially because Weavers tend to go for more defensive items most of the time on the early game. So yeah, that Troll Warlord is kind of like, well, I do have this, which is going to work eventually, but in the meantime, I really don't see the synergy too much. The Shaker, Weaver, I mean, no. It's gonna be an interesting fifth pick for Thundercats, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But on the side of Boreal, they do have a lot of mobility, particularly on the puck, and the Vengeful Spirit is getting a lot of priority as a support all over the place. Those really timely
okay.
swaps.
Yeah, and now we see the Anti-Mage coming up for Boreal. This is kind of the linchpin of their lineup. They needed something that is going to be tanky and also just DPS. Axe does that a little bit, but Anti-Mage is such a more focused entity in this patch that he's going to be able to withstand the burst from Lion and Earthshaker relatively well. He'll also eventually have very high armor, assuming he gets good farm, to be able to withstand the physical damage coming out of Troll Warlord, Weaver, and really the rest of the team, since they have a Troll Warlord already. I really like this pickup, because otherwise they're just too squishy. Also, if they didn't have the Axe on their side, they would be having a very rough game. Yeah, Axe is a very good counter to pretty much all these heroes. Anti-Mage can do okay against him since, oh, you taunt me? Well, I burn your mana.
Yeah.
But he can still dunk him without having to worry about Spell Shield.
I feel like Anti-Mage is gonna become tanky as soon as the Axe falls off, so he's gonna like pick it up. But the most important part about this whole lineup for Boreal, if you think about it, outside of the Ancient Apparition, you have a really difficult lineup just to pin down. Because the Vengeful Spirit can swap away, the Axe can blink in and out, so... I mean, he's not that mobile per se, but his Blink Dagger allows him to. At the same time, Puck, it's really difficult to catch, and Anti-Mage is on the same vein. And oh my god, that's a Wind Ranger. Oh, baby. DK... Troll Warlord Wind Ranger, ladies and gentlemen. Focus Fire, extra 30% of the time, works all the time. Or something. I
gotta admit, I don't really think the Troll Warlord here was that necessary from Thundercats.
It depends on how you're gonna play him. But it's kind of greedy lineup now that I think about it, because you have potentially 3 cores on the side of Thundercats, and how you're gonna
there we go.
allocate the farm to each one of them. I mean, it's gonna be Wind Ranger mid or Troll mid, and if you do so, who's gonna go offlane on this lineup? That's my real question. I mean, it's probably gonna be, now that I think about it, a Wind Ranger offlane, which is not bad. It's actually pretty good, but still, I mean, she's gonna be a little bit item hungry, I would expect, or at least unless they're gonna play like a utility hero with like Force Staff and maybe a medallion and something along those lines, which I would be on board to, actually, especially because you do have like Weaver And on top of that, the same Troll Warlord, which is gonna take a lot of advantage of that. And also, it allows the winner to have like those MLG 420 blasted shackle shots, right? So, kind of curious of how they're gonna plan this out.
Yeah, big shout out to Dr. Corporal British in the chat, providing us with some stats. He's wanting to do stats, and he has. Last night he was doing some great ones in the chat for me and RKS, so we're gonna try to pull him in here for game number 2, of course. My question is, how are they gonna face up against the Anti-Mage, really? I mean, the Hex is great from Lion to stop him from licking away. Windrunner could build the Orchid, but we always see Windrunner go for the Maelstrom Ags build, generally. Of course, Maelstrom will just be good anyway, because they have a Troll Warlord on the team, and that's more chances to proc. Also, it's magic damage against Axe, so you force Windrunner to attack you, but you can take magical bursts at times. It's a little iffy. However, I don't really see them taking down the Anti-Mage with too much ease. The laning stage, they might be able to harass him out, but these supports are very terrifying and could turn an engagement around on you very quickly.
Let's see. If I'm Thundercats, how do I deal with an Anti-Mage? Pretty well. Plan A would be keeping the Lion on a perma rotation on the lane of the Anti-Mage, and just try to burst him down as much as possible, especially trying to get a quick level 6 on the Lion, so the Finger of Death is going to be a threat. Because even though the Anti-Mage could go for a really defensive build with the Spell Shield maxed out, it does mean that his farm is going to be delayed a lot, and also his offensive potential would be as well. So that's a big problem. Well, it could be a problem for him. At the same time, until the Anti-Mage gets an MKB, hypothetically, Wanso, which with the Wind Ranger, by the way, can actually tank him with the Wind Run. So, I mean, she could make enough space or enough of a decoy for the Anti-Mage in order to just commit to her, and then just like sitting there with the evasion stuff, try to land a good shackle shot and just, you know, just combo the guy. But it's gonna be really hard to punish. Pretty much. I mean, you will need like again a heavy rotation on the Lion, particularly. Maybe even the Troll Warlord will have to rotate continuously just to try to pin him down. But at the same time, again, you don't have that much like really solid disable on a mobile platform, you know. So I think heavy smoking, pretty much heavy smoking, and again, Lion would be a key for this.
Yeah, we are going to see 470 and Guanzo facing up on the top lane. It'll actually be both runes going over to the Thundercats team, as they've been called on the JDL website. And Rupture, if you'll go ahead and introduce them for us real quick.
Alright, for the side of the team, Thundercat Torino, we're gonna have Ryusaw with the Lion going on the bot lane, which will be at the tri lane actually. Gonna be with WWD, the Wild Witch Doctor, playing the Weaver. So I guess it would be the Wild Weaver Doctor, question mark. I don't know.
Wild Weaver dude.
Archer is gonna be the Earthshaker here, so he's gonna be the one who's gonna try to keep it safe. Mid lane is gonna have DK here on the Troll Warlord, actually facing versus an Axe, which is gonna be a little bit iffy for a Troll Warlord, mechanically speaking, at least. On the top lane, we're gonna have Wanso with the Wind Ranger, red-haired beauty right there. So, yeah, she's gonna be facing versus that particular Ichipak there.
Yeah, my boy Puck will be played by 470. He's actually getting harassed out quite a bit now. Took a power shot already, does have a phase shift available, and is gonna get it off just barely, although I believe it disabled his salves, so that'll send him back to base. In the mid lane, we did have 747 on that Axe. Although a 747 is not a helicopter, he hopes to become one this game. The bot lane going to be in a tri-lane made up of KVH on the Anti-Mage, Zwan on the Ancient Apparition, and Loki 57 on that Vengeful Spirit. Of course, I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Rupture for True Sight TV. We're very happy to have you guys here. We know we're just getting started, and it was a very last-minute cast here. A lot of people went over to Hefla for their casting needs. But hey, we appreciate you guys showing us some support. We're the new kids on the block in terms of the casting schedule.
And we're not a 90s band, by the way, so be at peace with that. Thank you. Even though they did have some swag onto themselves, to be honest.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I'll give him credit where credit's due. So, I mean,
and I'm really happy we decided to cover this, Rupture, because it turns out there's not going to be a game for Sevo tonight. So I wouldn't be casting at all tonight if it weren't for this game.
Oh, well then I am kind of okay with this.
Oh, I'm sure you are, as much as you've casted today.
Jesus Christ. Trust me, man. On the last match of the East Portal, like the third game for my Insanity, it was just... I'm sorry, guys, if I sound down. I'm just like... dying, dude. I'm just like, whoa. Dude, I was just like totally off batteries there. It never happened to me before, but Jesus Christ, that was brutal. By the way, in the same time, 747 taking advantage of that haze run, and I want to harp a little bit onto this mid lane because for DK it's going to be particularly difficult as a troll warrior to deal with Axe, just in the fact that you need to be switching so much and so often that it's just like if you're like playing Chen or something. It's going to be a test of the APM pretty much.
You normally don't think of Troll Warlord as an APM hero, seeing as he is pretty much all right click, but...
Versus an Axe, yeah, he's gonna force you to be because you need to keep distance at the same time, switching between both of the axes, and in order to last hit as well as do the whirling axis on melee range, and on top of that, just backing off, throwing the ranged axis. So it's gonna be tricky as hell. However, if he's able to pull that off, he should be able to just win the lane pretty convincingly, I would say.
Now keep in mind, when he is in Whirling Axis form, or excuse me, Berserker Rage form, when it's on, rather, he does get bonus damage, he does get bonus armor, and he does get bonus move speed. So it may be a little better, in these early levels at least, to actually turn on Berserker's Rage if you think he's about to duel you. Meanwhile, though, KVH looking for some hits. He's going to get some off on Ryuzal, and it's going to be First Blood over to the Ancient Apparition. As Earthshaker had left the lane for a moment to go try and secure a rune, he managed to get that, but only at the cost of his ally. There's going to be two clarities coming out right now. KVH sitting on pretty decent farm. He didn't look so good down here previously, but now he's a last hit ahead of the Weaver, who, I mean, he's one deny behind, but he actually hasn't had to pop his salve yet. 4 minutes in against a Weaver in a tri-lane situation. Usually Weaver should be able to dominate Anti-Mage here, simply because you can't trade hits with Weaver. Geminate attack is too good as a passive. Oh!
Yeah.
Hold that thought there, Rupture. Mid lane, we got Whirling Axis coming out. It looked like we were going to dive Troll there. Might be a turnaround, though, as 747 gets hit with the ranged axes. They don't do much damage at all, keep in mind.
It's pretty much a slow effect that it really works for them. But here's the deal. Like, yeah, you could say, yeah, the Weaver should be able to beat the Anti-Mage really hard with the Gemini attack. However, we're talking about that on a vacuum. We're dealing with a tri-lane here. And you know what is a really good skill on a tri-lane? Chilling freaking touch. Which, I mean, is just the best skill tri-lane period, I would say. At least on the first levels. Just because you add up 150 damage on pretty much your tri-lane lineup if they get a hit each one. If they get the whole shebang, it's just so much damage, 450 on level 1. So you can start at those up, and it starts getting really messy for the enemy support teams, support heroes. I'm sorry, because I mean it's just so much damage that you can deal with. So at the same time, I mean KVH has a lot of backup in just firepower from the Vengeful Spirit and the Ancient Apparition themselves.
Yeah.
And of course, hitting with that mana break, the mana break on top of a Chilling Touch is like, God. I mean, how much is it per swing?
Right now, 28. And then, 78 plus his damage, but you don't get all the magic damage. But KVH is going to go down here to the Lion. And getting these supports kills early, especially when Weaver's getting such great farm. They're actually going to try to take down Loki. He should survive here, though. Although he will be forced back to base. Or just to regen up.
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about how Weaver doesn't rely on attack speed, and that's true. But he's not going to say, don't give me any attack speed either. Having those extra hits in between is fine.
Yeah. Actually, the winner here is going to go middle, surprisingly. They're going to do a switcheroo here, or what are we... What's the plan here for Thundercats here?
Well, I was thinking Windrunner is skilled up her ultimate, and they were looking to push a tower very early, but they might not even use it. In fact, they're going to look for the axe right now. Earthshaker coming in. There's your power shot coming through as well. Whirling axes to slow him down. They try to land the shackle, but it doesn't quite connect. An axe, he throws off the taunt, but an illusion rune helps him to dodge it a little bit. One more hit will do the job. Troll Warlord there to get the kill. Anti-Mage, meanwhile, on the bot lane, jumps on the Lion and manages to take him down. Weaver, a little bit out of position. They do have a Sentry Ward down for him. KVH looking for the Courier. We'll get one more hit on WWD. And not taking too much damage in return with his newfound power treads, but he'll be blinking back right now.
Kind of confused on how the hell did that shackle shot didn't connect. He was like around 5 to 7 trees, man. It's like, how the hell you get so unlucky with that?
I think it went right through there. See that nice crooked line I drew? Yeah. It kind of wiggled through, you know?
Yeah, but that's really bad RNG, to be honest.
Yeah.
A real bad angle. You can, I mean, chalk it up to either one of those, but damn. Still, I mean, it was a really good reaction from the trialing from Boreal, saying, okay, the Earthshaker is not there. Why? Because he's ganking our axe, so might as well just go for the Lion, pretty much. And
losing your axe for an anti-mage, getting a kill, is actually really great for you. Because Axe is one of those heroes like, okay, I'm a little far behind. Well, go sit in the jungle, Axe. We'll call you in a few minutes when we need you. You're gonna farm up like crazy. Easy.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, Axe is so reliant on momentum that it really sucks to get killed early game. It really sucks. I mean, if you're able to buy out and, you know, keep your farm going and all that stuff, it's alright. But again, Axe really needs to explode in the mid game. And actually, top lane getting a lot of action there. You're on a coil, good shackle shot and good power shot. I mean, good focus fire from Guanzo. So just, you know, yeah, that haze run, it really playing to its strengths pretty much on the Wind Ranger. And good TPL also by DK as well, just to get that extra burst damage going for them. I mean, it's just really nice moves all across the board.
Yeah, Thundercats definitely playing this one out very well, but unfortunately 747 going to get jumped on by DK. He'll switch to his ranged mode, not getting quite as much damage out. Can't quite find a kill either, but now he'll get that battle hunger off of him. Lion sitting on his tranquils already due to their successful lane bot, I think we could say. And Axe finding himself a bounty as well, as Lion will pick up an invis. There's a taunt from Axe though, as the battle trance comes out. Is there a stun from Vinge? It looks like there is, but it won't save the life of the Axe. Loki just trying to cut Troll Warlord down. He's got too much armor though. The 5 armor still sitting there. The armor reduction just took him down to his base armor since he had Whirling Axes on. Lion, he's here in Viz. He's looking for it. Is he going to be able to find the stun? He's not going for it just yet. He's still looking for it. And now he'll go with the Hex onto Puck. No escape here, no phase shift, and no hope. They also get the rest of Vengeful Spirit's mana drained a little bit, and they're just going to dive it.
That's sexy. That's how I like my shackle shots, man.
Yeah, that was a good one. Don't worry, guys. I'll just juke into the... No, you won't.
And also the fact that she pulled out the aggro from the tower with the wind run and popped that wind run. So it was like, even if you're able to counter initiate for some godforsaken reason, it was like, well, yeah, the tower's not very good for it. That's just like really little details, but really good execution that reflects from those.
Yeah. Guys, by the way, if you could let me know how sound is, I just want to make sure we're balanced properly and everything. I need to figure out a way to do a sound check or something, but I currently don't have that, so... Yeah. Anyway, KVH still farming okay here to work toward a I'd say 18, 19-minute Battle Fury, unless there's something on the courier, which there's not at the moment. Or, nope, nothing's sitting on the ground. I'd say he's behind at this point, but Anti-Mage's just one of those heroes that, once he's got treads, especially with a Ring of Health and a Poor Man's Shield backing him up, he can go jungle relatively efficiently and get some decent gold while his tower's being pushed and enemy heroes are being aggressive. You've got to take a very passive stance as Anti-Mage in the early game unless your supports can help you be aggressive, which these supports aren't doing the best job of. I feel like they need to level 6 on either of them to really do so, which they're working toward right now. We're seeing level 5 on the Venge and the Ancient Apparition, although Ancient Apparition will be getting his 6 very soon now, as Weaver takes down the bot tower, and Windrunner already picking up that focus fire very early, but this is what we talked about we wanted to see. I think we're going to see the Maelstrom build come out here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about it, just by the fact that, as I said before, this is kind of a really gold-reliant lineup on Thundercats, to be honest. I mean, you need some some tool to farm with the Wind Ranger, sorry. Just a good old old name. Anyway,
I still call her Windrunner.
Yeah, just Wind Ranger. Damn it, Wind Ranger, Power Rangers. Damn it. Anyway,
Power Runner.
Power Runner. Wait, no. Anyway, you do need some tool of farming with her because you know that the rest of your team is not gonna give you, like, oh yeah, just go for the jungle to farm your, your scepter or whatever you wanna get after.
AA ulti came off but did not do any damage to heroes, and Loki57 getting hexed up, can't get away here. Gonna get a double kill for WWD, who's playing extremely well right now, going straight for a BKB too. I'm a little questionable about that, as well as the Puck boots pickup. It is phase boots for the Puck. And a little known fact about phase boots, phase is cancelled upon using another item or ability. Now if there's ever a hero who had about this many abilities, it was Invoker, and I don't believe phase gets cancelled on switching your things, and Invoker really has a move speed problem. But Guanzo gets coiled up, nailed with the AA ulti, that's gonna be a kill. Got the Blink Dagger, but wasn't quite ready to follow it up. I personally don't like the phase boots on Puck, but if they need it to make it work, they need it to make it work, and they definitely could use the extra physical damage as well.
And I mean, that was just, it was a beautiful play from Guanzo. It's just like 470 was just faster, pretty much. It was quicker on the trigger, because that was arguably the best position you could actually pull off a shackle shot, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful execution, but 470 was like, well, I just saw you coming and phase shift, so
yeah.
I mean, A for effort, but it didn't just pan out.
Phase shift though is one of the best abilities in the game, in my opinion at least. Just in terms of its versatility, you can use it just to stop tower aggro very quickly. You can use it to dodge pretty much anything you want. Unless there's that instant hex like they have from the Lion. And speaking of the devil, pun intended of course, he's getting lots of wards up. There's no blink up on Axe, so they finally do have an initiator on the side of Boreal. However, without Puck having a blink and without Anti-Mage having much of anything, it's not looking too great. He's still going to be about 1,500 from his Battle Fury, and I want to say he's farmed that up in about 4 minutes, so we're looking at 20-minute Battle Fury, which is kind of a pub timing, or at least in the level of pubs I play.
Well, but at the same time, it has been like KVH just, I don't know, man, they have been shutting him down indirectly, I would say, just by the movements that they had on the map. In the meantime, we're going to see a quick Roche here.
Yeah, but they're coming in with the AA ulti up. They're going to get a Hex off on 747, as well as a two-man Shackle shot. 747's going to drop 470. He phase shifts. He gets the run. He actually somehow gets a coil off before he escapes, which prevents them from continuing to engage here. Anti-Mage is still farming bot, because that's just all he can do at this point in the game. They're going to look to pick him off. They're pinging him out right now. He does need 100 more gold to get this broadsword. At this point, I'd try to get a last hit, sell your branches, and buy out. But he's gonna... Oh, he's got a TP. Can he blink? He does get the blink off, and he'll be able to get away. The creeps could see him, but couldn't quite finish him. of course. And Troll, not going to attempt to go for it. He's actually quite stacked up. The Vlads, the Drum, the Phase Boots as well, and the Aegis sitting on him.
Oh, that was a beautiful shackle, man.
And I got here just in time to see it.
Shackles I always try to get, and I fail miserably.
That one at the river was good too.
Damn, man. That's what you really should be aiming to get every single time with the Ranger. Try to get the range creep into shackling the hero behind it. That's how you do it, kids. That's how you do it, man. I'm not a fan of actually like the Blink Dagger build for Wind Ranger because I feel Force Staff gives you a little bit more stats, a little bit more of a bang for your buck, I feel, and it's cheaper.
But keep in mind, Force Staff doesn't give you as much damage, doesn't give you as much distance, and it also costs mana to use. And Windrunner is a pretty mana-hungry hero. Let's just go ahead and face it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
She's no Skywrath, but
eventually, it's a thing that it just you grind down your mana pool pretty much. Oh, there goes another shackle. See, this is what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, but they're gonna get dunked on. Actually, double kill coming out for the team of Boreal, as Anti-Mage is now sitting only about 500 gold away from his Battle Fury. But he's gonna get jumped on now. Echo slammed and hexed up. They've got an Earth Spike to go through, and that'll set him back a little bit. He did manage to buy out a little bit before he goes. Still sitting about 700 away. Does manage to buy 2 more TPs though, so at least he's investing his gold though. But that was basically a solo kill for the supports. Troll wasn't there at the time, right?
Yeah, no, Troll was, he came out late and he cut the creep wave pretty much. While, you know, the whole supports are doing their own thing. Oh, there goes the axe again.
747, he's got a dunk, but he won't be able to use it because Puck will come in with the silence and finish him off instead. Before he gets unhexed, Archer dropping low. There'll be a swap out on him, trying to get axe to dunk. Can he get in there? Can he find it? He's not even going to use it. He's just conserving his mana at this point for some reason. Puck trying to chase down the Troll Warlord. We do have Windrunner coming back in, and she's going to go ahead and focus down the Ancient Apparition. There'll be a stun off on her, a call from the Axe, and a dunk to finish him off. KVH getting some assist gold off of that with his newfound Battle Fury. They'll turn around on DK right now. Weaver coming into the fight. The Bash Lord cometh as DK finds a double kill. Anti-Mage at least finding his Battle Fury by 20 minutes. A silence off from Puck. Doesn't have a coil available and is going to be forced to phase shift out there. 747, he pops the Blade Mail. He'll just turn around and get the dunk off, but it's only the Aegis to fall here from your Troll Warlord. He needs to blink away. He'll make it out to the fountain. Puck now buying out the blink. A massive team fight, but TC coming out on top in the end. 7 of the 10 heroes died there. And actually more died from TC, and that got a lot of gold going for them. Anti-Mage lost gold there, but he was able to invest in his Battle Fury. You saw Axe and Puck make about 800 each, and a little bit for the Venge as well. The only hero who really profited off that on TC's side was the Troll Warlord, who at this point is wealthy enough. He's working on Sanj and Yasha, and will have it in another 600 gold. Whew.
Damn.
I'll shut up now.
Oh man, that was
a team fight.
Quite something, man. The Ranger died twice on that engagement. Let's just let it sink. She actually died, then waited the whole respawn timer, then TP'd the hell away up there on top of the Windrun, to be fair, and blinked in and died again. Now
WWD gets jumped on and he gets ripped apart. Anti-Mage finding the kill there that he desperately needs. They'll grab 747. Well, they might. Or they do, actually, sorry. Trading for the Earthshaker in the process. Swan just TPing out. Loki 57 gonna stun and then throw himself a TP out. Is there a bash? There's not needed one. It's a shackle shot. 3 for 2 trade, but they do take down more heroes. And we take a look at the fight recap once again. That doesn't tell us much of anything because it's not covering all the kills. So, never mind. Just kidding. We'll take a look at team net worth. Still sitting over 10k for TC, but can definitely be turned around. The problem is, TC have that Troll Warlord. He enables them to be able to take a tower if they take a team fight. Anti-Mage still sitting on 1200 after the Battle Fury. I'd kind of like to see a Vlad's from him, but at the same time, I'd just like to see the Yasha come up very soon because he needs something. Shackle Shot comes off, as well as an Echo Slam. Can he get the blink away? He will, but he's on 22 HP. Can he get out here? Does he TP? He blinks up to the cliff and then TPs. They won't be able to find him here, but it was about to be disastrous. Windrunner blinking in the right direction, but not going to find him in time, unfortunately.
Ooh, so close, man. If that shackle latches, which, to be honest, it was a really hard thing to pull off.
Yeah.
But if it latches, he was so damn.
I'm surprised he lived. That is the problem with this anti-mage, though. Right now, he's only sitting on 9 armor and 1,000 HP. Sure, you've got magic resistance, and that's cute, but... Wait a second. He's gone stats build. I knew that was way too much HP. He doesn't even have a lot of damage with Mana Break. And this is a serious problem for Boreal's lineup. One of the reasons the anti-mage can farm the jungle so well is when he maxes Mana Break, he gets a bonus 64 damage against some units with mana. Now, lane creeps, other than ranged ones, don't have mana, so that's not really an issue, but the majority of jungle creeps do. In fact, the more bounty expensive jungle creeps are going to have mana, so they're easier to cut down with that Mana Break. I'm really surprised about this, because going for the stats build is assuming you're going to get lots of levels. We haven't seen that out of the anti-mage. He's sitting level 11, 22 minutes in, and he's not going to have that either of those abilities maxed until 3 levels later, and having either of those at a low level like this, Rupture, it's going to really hurt him. Either he gets bursted down by magic, or he doesn't do enough damage to burst people down.
I feel like the reason he didn't went for the Mana Break until now, while he's leveling out, is because I think he was on the train of thought of like, well, my jungle is not safe, so I'm just gonna stick to the lane and just keep it like that. But at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, your lanes are not even safe themselves. So maybe he was going for that train of thought, but still, I'm kind of confused. Like, okay, where are you gonna go stats over spell shield? You know,
yeah.
If you're gonna farm in the lane, because it's like, okay, let's say you ditch the whole jungle and just say, okay, I'm just gonna farm the lanes. Okay, all right. Then you will need a spell shield because you will get ganked because you're showing up on the enemy's map. Simple as that. So I don't know, man. I mean, at least it gives him a decent buffer, and I guess he's rejoining the path of actually getting a Mana Break already, because I feel like they're like, okay, now the jungle is cool, you know. But that was a really awkward choice, you know. It was really
all the smoke, it's gonna pay off. They'll actually jump on DK right now, but Windrunner with the shackle. Can he blink away from this? He can, actually. Gets away on 150 HP. They try to throw the power shot out, but he's already too far gone. Archer sitting on low health. Ryuzal cannot go into this battle. And 747 just trying to bait. Loki 57 will get bursted down here by the Troll Whirler. What is Axe doing?
Oh my god, that's the best bait I have seen in months, man.
That was a beautiful bait.
The Earthshaker just sit next to the guy. He tries to make it done,
dear.
blinks away, so the Axe is like, oh my god, this SOB, and then there's the Windrunner comes and picks up the pieces.
Yeah.
That was ballsy as hell, but it worked. This Earthshaker, man, Archer.
Here's the big problem, Rupture, though, and something we did not anticipate at the moment. WWD has a Deso up. That's 7 armor reduction, bringing Anti-Mage to a wimpy little 3 armor. If it hits him at all. And now if he's on Agi Treads, he'll get an extra armor, but that's going to be at the cost of his health, most likely.
See, this is the kind of item build that really benefits from the battle trance.
Definitely.
This
high physical damage and armor reduction.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I do have a Desolator, and both of my attacks are gonna hit like a freaking truck. However, I don't have any attack speed. Oh, don't worry, there is a battle trance.
Yeah. Even Lion has attack speed at that point.
Yeah, pretty much, and I mean that means like, well, you're gonna get pretty much machine gunned to death by the Weaver. I mean, this is not gonna be even funny, man. Oh god. And on top of that, the Wind Ranger has a secondary focus fire with that battle trance as well. So I mean, she's able to save it up, be more selective with a focus fire. Something that really annoyed me out of this. You remember the engagement here when she shackled the anti-mage onto this tree?
Up here?
For some reason, in the middle of the focus fire, she stirs them from here to here, and it allowed the anti-mage actually to blink over there and TP out. I don't know why the hell she moved.
I think it was vision, but it doesn't
She
seem
was
right.
already shooting the guy, stops for a second, moves a couple steps, and keeps shooting. It's like, why? I think it was a misclick, but at the same time, I'm like, well, what a hell of a misclick, man.
Yeah, that one bit of damage really hurt them. They will go after the Aegis now for Weaver, though. And it's going to come pretty quickly. Roche sitting at negative, or just 1 armor. And if you see how much damage they just dished out on Roach, you're going to see about how much damage they'll dish out on the anti-mages. KVH gets stunned up. Axe with the taunt. He's going to get away. What in the world is this? He gets hit with the power shot, though.
Never mind.
He does have buyback, however, if a Rax gets assaulted in the meantime. The rest of the team is back home defending now. So he may need to spend it. However, he's only down for 45 seconds. And if he doesn't have to spend it, he does have his Manta done.
Well, I mean, again, Ryusa and pretty much the guys of Thundercats being a little bit sloppy with the damage calculation, almost leaving KVH a free pass. But again, that power shot range, pretty OP, man, pretty OP. In the meantime, DK is just gonna knock on the enemy's front door, and honestly, there's no reason why not to. There is no door. Fuck that door. The door is gone. They're just gonna knock onto your living room, damn it.
Knock onto your coffee table, like...
Like, yeah, I
Can we get some drinks in here, guys?
Those magazines, I need them.
Yeah. Oh, Axe, though, with the save on the Rax for now, there is a shackle shot onto Puck, but 747 manages to evade it. There's a swap out onto... oh, dear.
They got, like, chopped
That's
up right there.
yeah, good game, well played. Boreal, maybe trying to be greedy with the draft. They leave the Troll Warlord in, and one of these teams has to ban it this next game. It's too strong for any one man to hold at this point.
Man, they just got decimated by a Weirdling access on the melee range. It was like 30% of the hit points just gone. Just gone.
Yeah.
Not even barring with the shackle shot, power shot, and all that stuff going, you know, on top of them. It was just like, they're just gone. 10-0 for DK. Just.
He was seriously the problem hero. Lion was able to do a lot that game with the Hex, but I feel like the Troll Warlord was really just... he basically said, no, you can't win this game. You can't push against us. You can't keep your base up. And it just overran the Anti-Mage. Had that game gone on 15 minutes more, Anti-Mage definitely could have come back, but 28 minutes sitting on just a Battle Fury and Manta style, you definitely need more than that at this level of competitive Dota. That being said, we will be moving on to game number 2 in the series, guys. It is a quick victory for Thundercats in game number 1, but that doesn't mean they'll take game number 2. We'll see how Boreal look to shape up. I'm SB Revolution 5, joined by Rupture. You can find us on Twitter at TrueSightTV, at SB Revolution 5 for myself, and at Rupture with a 3 instead of an E at the end for Rupture. We really appreciate the support, guys. Let us know how we're doing, and we hope that you are enjoying the cast as well.